Buddy and Friends Animal Rescue, where furry tales come true.
My name's Sophie Fosdick. I got involved with Buddy and Friends in December of 2021. I live on like a summer camp property. So I was living on my own. I wanted to have a dog around. I was a young 20 something. So I couldn't afford a vet bill if it came up. So I looked up like the list of Massachusetts approved rescues and applied to a bunch of them. And they happened to be the first one to get back to me. But I'm really glad that they ended up being the rescue that got back to me because it ended up being like a rescue that I really respect their philosophy. And we're a smaller rescue. So it's nice because there's kind of like a sense of community to it. And since December 2022, I've fostered 15 dogs, I want to say. And I'm now the foster director of the rescue. We started in 2020, right around, big COVID time. A rescue that Tiffany, our director, used to work with, closed their doors to intake. And they were pulling dogs from McNair County, Tennessee, which is where we pull our dogs from now. And Tiffany just couldn't let them not come up here. We call Great Dog New England, which is another Massachusetts licensed rescue, like our sister rescue. Tiffany calls them her rescue mom. So they helped her fill out all the paperwork because it's a lot of work to get licensed with the state. It's pretty rigorous. Licensed rescues have a lot that they need to go through in order to bring dogs out of state into Massachusetts. We're required to do a quarantine hold with our dogs and make sure they have certain vaccines in order to be following regulations. And we're also a 501c3 nonprofit, so we have to keep up with that every year. Tina is our partner down in Tennessee, and Tiffany just couldn't let the dog sit there without someone to pull him up. So she started Buddy and Friends. And she named it after her personal dog, Buddy, who she rescued. He was a rescue dog who had a lot of medical issues, and she knew that would make him a tough adopt. And he's just like the best gentle giant of a dog ever. And he's actually in our logo. The head is the silhouette of Buddy's head. And then the little head that goes inside of it is her other dog, Snowball. In the life of the rescue, we're at almost 600 dogs. And that's a mix of dogs coming up from Tennessee. And we also do take local owner surrenders. Tiffany puts a lot of our dogs through training when they have behavioral issues. So we're a rescue that a lot of people who have behavioral issue dogs will come to because they know that we're willing to put in the work for the dogs. But yeah, I think we're at like almost 580. So we're coming up on our 600 mark. We try and bring a transport of dogs up every week. This time of year, it's hard because adoptions slow down. So without new fosters, we're really not able to take on new dogs because we bring up dogs and then they sit in homes longer. So we don't have open space to keep bringing dogs up. Last weekend was the first weekend that we had to push a transport since I've started in my role as foster director, just because we don't have the houses up north to be able to pull these dogs up here. The little saying in rescue is if you can't adopt, foster. If you can't foster, donate. If you can't donate, share. Getting these dogs their perfect home is obviously our ultimate goal. We love to see them happy, healthy, living their best lives. So if you're looking for a dog, checking out Buddy and Friends is a great way to find them. I know I'm a little biased, but I think that we're a very well-run rescue. You won't find a director who cares more about each and every dog than Tiffany does. Like, I can call her up and be like, this dog's having this problem, and she knows exactly what to do. She's on it, and she's following up consistently with these dogs.
Penis, and that's why I'm really like, You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a sweet girl with your floppy ears. Go. Go, 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 go. ready to go.
And really, the biggest thing that we need right now is fosters. So to foster with us is totally free. We cover food, vet bills if they come up, toys, treats, all that stuff. You just have to provide them a safe home to live in till they get adopted. We also give our fosters basically first dibs to foster fail. A lot of people say they don't do it because they're afraid they'll fall in love and never give them up. We love a foster fail. Sometimes the dogs just end up exactly where they're supposed to be. And so if that's the case, then we would be so happy to have them there. And then fostering's not free. Donating always helps. Any dollar, any supply, it keeps us going. We just had a foster get us to be the sponsored charity of an event through her work. And they matched all the donations we got for a week. And we were able to raise almost $10,000, which is like the amount of dogs that we're going to be able to help is amazing. Because we do put a lot of dogs through training. We spend a lot more money than a lot of rescues do. So it's really gonna help us get some dogs ready for good homes. And then even sharing helps way more than people think. Just sharing a post on Facebook, you never know who's gonna see what, and it'll get the attention it needs. Really, our only like hard no with a foster for our like foster requirements is we don't place dogs in like big apartment complexes. But as long as you have a house of some sort, even if you're renting it, we still place dogs with renters. We just call your landlord first to make sure they're okay with it. You don't need to have a fenced in yard to foster with us. I personally don't have a fenced in yard. I love it because it means I go for more walks during the day. And as long as everyone in the house is on board. So during our process, our last step is a virtual home visit that we do through FaceTime so I can see the home environment. And we do ask that everyone who would be in charge of taking care of the dog is present because it's imperative to a dog's success that everyone in the household is on board. But really, just having a loving home where the dog has a safe place to rest and learn and feel loved is our biggest requirement. To apply to be a foster, the first step would be going to our website, which is buddyandfriendsma.org. The foster page specifically is that /foster. And there's just a button that you click to fill out your application. We ask for like your address and 3 personal references and a vet reference, and a few other questions about like lifestyle and house. So that way we know how to best match dogs with the individuals, because we want our foster homes and our foster dogs to be as successful as possible. And once you submit that application, I'll email you back to set up a time for an intake call. And then we discuss your application. I check your references. And then we do that virtual home visit. And then that's pretty much our process to approval. We have a Venmo, a PayPal, and through Facebook, and that's all also on our website. There's a donations page, and it also has our Chewy wish list. So the things that we need every week to keep the dogs going, because like I said, we pay for everything. So our wish list has things like crates so the dogs are safe when they're in their foster homes, and the food that we feed them, because we keep them on the same food that they're eating down south to help with their transition, and toys and shoes and all that stuff. So that's another spot where people could help donate. We run the gambit with the dogs that we adopt out. We get a lot of puppies. Right now in house, we have some 4-month-old puppies. They're our youngest. We're trying to bring up a pregnant mama dog. So we'll have some teeny tiny puppies if we can find her a foster. But we've had up to seniors as well. I've fostered like an 8-year-old shepherdy schnauzery mix named Sadie. And then I also recently fostered a 7-year-old pit mix. And we We even in the past we've had a few we had a hospice dog come up, so she was basically the rescue's care for forever. She was in kidney failure, but we brought her up and we gave her the best life we could up here. Her name was Athena. She was a super special dog to all of us, and she had a wonderful foster who stepped up and was with her all the way through the end, and made her feel really loved and let her get to come up here. So yeah, we have all different types of breeds. Our dogs tend to be more medium to large size, but every so often we'll get some littles. We've adopted out a few Jack Russell Terriers, stuff like that. A lot of our dogs tend to be pitty mixes. They're all just mutts found on the street. I just think that if you're looking for a dog, doing your homework is super important. Checking out the list of Massachusetts approved rescues, even if it's not our rescue that you're going through, it's definitely super important to make sure that it's a rescue that's licensed and inspected and checked on by the state of Massachusetts, because rescues that aren't on that list don't have to follow the regulations. They could place a sick dog with you without you knowing. They could place a dog with behavioral issues with you without you knowing. So even if it's not with us, making sure that you're choosing a good rescue is super important. And if you've ever wanted to try fostering, it's totally free. We provide everything. We offer vacation coverage. So I know the holidays are coming up, but if you have plans to travel, we'll find someone to watch your dog while you're away. And now more than ever, stepping up to be a foster home is super helpful because adoptions are slower right now, but we still need spots for these dogs to go.
Visit buddyandfriendsma.org to adopt, foster, or donate. Make sure to check out Buddy and Friends on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.